NASA captures most terrifying space signals. Are we to worry? Nikola Tesla was sent a puzzling communication from space in 1899. He was using an ultra-sensitive antenna to listen to the lightning discharges when suddenly, amid background crackling, he heard a distinct tapping. And those three thuds kept occurring repeatedly. Tesla was shocked to find that a thunderstorm could not possibly emit such a well-organized signal. Tesla concluded that night that he had heard signals from Mars produced by sentient beings, even though there was no radio communication at the time. Newspapers competed to speculate on the possibility of extraterrestrial contact in response to his submission. Naturally, the majority of scientists ridiculed Tesla's findings. But after we got this amazing space signal, no one could laugh anymore. That's not all though. NASA began receiving enigmatic signals from our Voyager 1 space mission in the spring of 2022. What is happening? Do we hear voices from the universe? Welcome back everyone. Discover what signals scientists had to conceal from the public to prevent widespread panic in this video. How risky is it to communicate with extraterrestrial civilizations? And will we be able to learn the mysteries of the most puzzling space signals? Let's start. Perhaps the Voyager 1 could be combined with the telescope that picked up the weird signal, and the resulting hybrid could explain odd signals from space. Not just Nikola Tesla, but others in the early 20th century reported hearing odd radio signals from space. Guillermo Marconi, who created radio, spoke in 1920 of recurrent communications that were unmistakably extraterrestrial. With the first space expeditions to investigate the solar system, it became clear that there was not a signal civilization in the proximity of Earth. And engineer Thomas Edison declared that residents of other worlds are trying to contact us exclusively. But what did Marconi and Tesla hear at that time? The northern lights sound like this when radio waves are converted into audio. Charged particle streams cause clicks from the sun to strike Earth's magnetic field. Today, scientists believe that the crude Tesla and Marconi equipment destroyed most of the soft peaks, leaving only a few loud clicks behind. As it rotates within the strong magnetosphere of the gas giant, organized radio noise is produced that closely resembles an artificial signal. By a stroke of luck, Tesla and Marconi may have overheard that. We started to get increasingly enigmatic signals from space as our receivers advanced. The scientists were astonished by a thunderous scream that came from anywhere instead of the anticipated calm. However, they quickly understood that it was even more remarkable and not a menacing communication from a violent alien society. British scientists installed the Interplanetary Scintillation Array, a massive and extremely sensitive radio telescope, in 1967 out of fear of widespread hysteria. It was initially intended to pick up signals like this from unknown space objects. In the auditory spectrum, quasars would sound like this. They are strong, constant generators of broadband radio noise in multiple frequency bands at once. Back then, it was unknown to scientists that it was caused by material entering a supermassive black hole. They did not, however, question its natural origin. After all, artificial signals should be narrowband and transient so that other civilizations can use them for communication. And what a shock it was when, on August 6, 1966, the Interplanetary Scintillation Array received this, according to British postgraduate student Jocelyn Bell Burnell. These transmissions had a frequency of roughly 110 MHz and were intermittent narrowband pulses that were briefly repeated every second. The Little Fox constellation is where they originated, but the astronomers didn't find anything there. This source resembled an extraterrestrial culture so much that Bell and her co-workers gave it the serious moniker LGM-1, short for Little Green Men 1. In order to prevent the public from being alarmed, the astronomers agreed to keep the finding a secret. They soon discovered numerous additional LGMs that were comparable. Numerous invisible sources spread out at different distances from Earth formed such a radio rhythm. Jocelyn Bell realized that she discovered radio beacons were 100% natural. These neutron stars are called pulsars and are small and typically invisible. Astronomers recognize that a true extraterrestrial civilization is unlikely to employ frequencies currently occupied by pulsars and quasars, because as they revolve, they frequently and regularly bath Earth in intense streams of intermittent radio waves over a narrow range. Theoretically, if extraterrestrial life decided to communicate with Earth, it would transmit a strong narrowband signal at one of the most observed frequencies in 10 years. We actually did experience such a signal after the discovery of pulsars. This enigmatic message from deep space profoundly altered our expectations of alien encounters. The astronomer Carl Sagan was inspired to create his novel Contact, which was eventually made into a hit movie by his ethereal sound. In that film, Jodie Foster plays a radio astronomer who unexpectedly picks up a similar alien broadcast on the radio and orders the observatory workers to align the antennas better to preserve the signal. That's not how a genuine weird signal detection occurred, though. Scientists have struggled with signal for many generations, and it is still the leading possibility for an artificial transmission of extraterrestrial origin. First, it can be estimated even by a norm specialist utilizing the synthesis signal-based audio recording, and is often 30 times stronger than the noise level. It sounds like something is suddenly making a live broadcast of a big concert on a strange musical instrument at first, but then you hear faint crackling, the vow at the same moment. Signals from a single party lasted for 72 seconds, ruling out the transmission from any spy satellite. After all, any object in low Earth orbit would quickly pass by the Big Ear. Additionally, the WOW signal has a unique frequency of around 1420 MHz. According to scientists with the SETI initiative, it has been one of the primary frequencies for conceivable interplanetary communication. But more importantly, the excited hydrogen atom's nucleus generates radio waves at precisely this frequency. It's a nod to people like us, I guess. Guys, we also understand quantum physics. Furthermore, radio transmissions at 1420 MHz are forbidden on Earth, specifically to prevent scientists from missing the signal from a sophisticated extraterrestrial civilization. Thus, where might it be? The solution appears somewhat odd because of the unique design of the huge ear. In one of these two areas of space, in the constellation of SAG, is where the wild signal originates. Although they appear to be quite small, every one of them includes thousands of stars at different distances from Earth. Ray transmission would aid in pinpointing the coordinates, but in the nearly 50 years since that day in August 1977, scientists have never found the WOW signal once more. Even when the New Mexico Very Large Area's most sensitive radio telescopes were focused at specific regions of the sky for the Contact movie, there was no response. The discovery of the WOW as a result, Jerry Emmon yelled indignantly during a 1944 interview, "Signal! We should have spotted it again when we searched for it 50 times. Evidence shows that the signal came from the Earth and we just reflected off some space junk. Also in 2017, astronomer Antonio Paris concluded that the debris might represent two comets from our solar system encircled by hydrogen clouds. However, neither the enormous power of the wild signal nor its frequency, which no Earth transmitter can operate at, are explained in this version. In the end, scientists disagreed with Paris' findings, and Emmon retracted the statements he made in a rage. Amateur astronomer Alberto Calabero also revealed a potential advancement in 2020. A sun-like star located 1,800 light-years from Earth was found to be a likely source after he analyzed several recently discovered stars in the vicinity of a WOW signal. Although it is virtually our Sun's twin, no exoplanets have yet to be discovered nearby. They might exist, but terrestrial telescopes can't see them. The inhabitants of this system should have employed a radio transmitter that was more powerful than any terrestrial transmitter. Even if they had attempted to contact us at such a distance, they would undoubtedly repeat the wild signal a few times if they could expand that much energy on it. No, if they concentrated all their efforts on a single signal while also encrypting the solution to the fundamental question of life, the universe and everything, and that signal's amplitude changed, we would have picked up that signal, using a telescope that is simply unable to pick up on such subtleties. Oh, awful. Earthlings are so unlucky, and the aliens are so stupid, as if there were no alternative ways to encrypt data. We'll do it right if we want to notify other civilizations, won't we? Soviet scientists are the creators of humans' first messages sent into space. They sent this interplanetary radio broadcast in 1962 with the aid of the Yevpatoria planetary radar. Well, they managed to escape the potential WOW mistake. Single authors, because they encoded using an interrupt rather than amplitude changes. The Earth's alphabet's letters were encoded using standard Morse code. That is all for this video. We will be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. Until next time.